As you guys can tell, I'm at work, so I'm really quickly just going to hop on here and say that I am starting this reading vlog. I'm going to be reading Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee. I'm really excited to read it. If you guys don't know what it's about, it follows a transgender main character, but this is the sequel to Not Your Villain, and I really love that book, and people wanted to know more about it, so I thought I would vlog reading the second one. But yeah, like I said, I'm at work, so I'm going to get to reading this, and I will update you guys when I get home today. Hey guys, good morning. It is Sunday. It's my last shift before my day's off. I'm really excited because I have been working a ton and I'm very sleepy. I worked 2 9-hour shifts and then a 17-hour shift, and today is a 12-hour shift, so I'm ready for my weekend. So I have my coffee, which is decaf, so it actually doesn't do anything for my energy, but whatever. But I'm hopping on here because I'm on page 83 of Not Your Villain, and there's a random dollar in here and I don't know why. And I wanted to kind of go over what I'm thinking of it. Obviously, like I said, this is the sequel to Not Your Sidekick. I think I said Not Your Villain in the last update that I did for you guys, but this is not the sequel to Not Your Sidekick. And I really like this one. I think I might like this one even more. I think the reasons why I like this one a little bit more is, one, Bells, our main character, is transgender, but he's also a shapeshifter, but in his normal day-to-day life, because superheroes have certain powers that they can use depending on their class for longer periods of time or shorter periods of time. I think Bells is one of the upper class of the superheroes, so he can use his for a little bit longer. But I actually like that CB kept in the book that he still uses his binders. You know, he still is taking his testosterone shots, so it's still very realistic. He doesn't just fix himself to be a man. He, you know, being who he wants to be, he's going through the whole process, so we get to learn more about that. But outside of that, the reason why I'm liking this book more is in the beginning of the book, it actually takes place along the same timeline as Not Your Sidekick, which is really cool. So we don't just jump into the new parts, we are able to kind of see that other book from Belle's perspective. And I'm at the point of this book where the two stories merged, where Bells was back with his friends in the second book, because in the first book he was missing a lot, and it's because he was actually going to the hero training group to learn how to use his powers and stuff, and then he gets inducted into the league, and it's really cool. And the thing that I like about it the most is there are so many people with powers in this one. In the first one, you knew that Jess, our main character, had powers, and and then you find out Abby has powers, and a couple of people do, but the only main character is Jess. Now while Bells is the main character in this one, a bunch of people have superpowers, and I really like that. And then the other thing that I really like is when Bells goes to the school to train, you actually get a little more sense of the world. Now, in the first one, there are these little robots that clean their houses, and they obviously drive automated cars, computerized cars, and it's a big deal to have a car with a steering wheel. And in this one, there's actually hoverboards and different machines they use to transport themselves. And then the setting of the school that he goes to is actually really cool. I would love to live there. It's a school that's up in the trees, and everything is in these clear bubbles. It's just really cool. So I like the setting of this book a whole lot more too. Instead of just it being the small city or whatever, it's a bunch of other places. And I like that she did that because it keeps the story interesting, because obviously we've already seen the town that Jess was in, which is the town that Bells lives in, but we get to experience other stuff as well. And I really like that. So I'm excited to continue with this. I love all of the characters that we're being introduced to. I'm wondering if they'll be in the next book, because there's a girl that Bells talks to who is undervalued, I feel, but she's able to transform clothes and things like that. And so she's obviously working on the suits, but she kind of gets that job because they didn't think that her superpower was very important. So I'm excited to see how this one ends, because I know there's going to be a third one. And I'm hoping that they'll all kind of come together in the third book or fourth book or however many books there are. And there's gonna be like this big group of people, because in the first one, it was Jess, and then you find out Abby had powers, and then Emma, their other friend, wants to help. So there's 3 of them along with Belle's. So I'm thinking maybe like Jess's little brother might play a big part, because he doesn't have superpowers, but he's incredibly smart. And then I'm hoping some of the people in this book become, you know, bigger important characters as well. The other girl who's able to like change fabrics and stuff, she has a boyfriend who can kind of go invisible sometimes, and he jokes around about being like C-class and just becoming a villain. So I'm thinking maybe he'll be a villain in the next one. I don't know, but like I said, this book is really simple to read. It is a teen book, but it's still really fun. The setting is really cool, and I'm excited to keep reading it. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on what I'm thinking of it. Like I said, I'm here for 12 hours, so I may finish this book tonight, I may not, but if I can check in at work, I will. And then I will probably finish it tonight, hopefully. With the reading vlogs, what I'm going to do is just vlog as I read books and just upload as I'm done with them. So my channel, I'll have like the normal videos that I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then reading vlogs thrown in, because that's easier for me than doing like a normal vlog. So yeah, because nothing ever happens in my life except for reading. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stick to reading vlogs. But I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys had an excellent weekend. I don't know when this video is gonna go up, but I will check in with you guys later and let you know what I am further thinking of the book. And hopefully when I finish it, I'll be able to give you guys my full review on it. But if you guys want the review for Not Your Sidekick as well, that is on my Goodreads and my blog. So I'm checking in again. I'm on page 123. I'm going to stop here for now. I have to go back into work and do all of that. Yay, I'm having a very blah day. I actually didn't end up working the first part of my shift. I just went and like washed my car and relaxed, so that was nice. But so I haven't gotten a whole lot of reading done, probably like 30 pages, but I really like the way the story was going, or is going. I was correct that they made the kids like Belle's and Abby and Jess and Emma and their little brother Brendan they made like a group, which I'm really excited about, because he's in it now, and he's like, they call him Short Stack. They all have their own names and stuff. They're still trying to locate Jess's dad, because Jess's dad is still missing, even though they rescued her mom. So far I'm really liking the way the story's going. I'm a little under halfway through the book, so I'm hoping tonight, if we're slow at work, I'm able to finish it. If not, I will finish it tomorrow. But this is going to be a quick check-in, because it's really hot out and I'm outside and it's 88 degrees and I just want to go inside in the air. But yeah, so that's it for my check-in. I will check in with you guys tonight and let you know what I'm thinking of it from what I'm able to read. Like I said, we're going to be slow, so I'm going to be able to read quite a bit. So I will see you tonight when I get home. Hello, I am sorry I didn't update you guys last night. I know I say this all the time, but sometimes I'm like really in the mood to update you guys when I get home from work, and sometimes my husband's already in bed, I'm really tired, and I just want to go to sleep. And I worked overtime yesterday, so I was ready for bed when I got home, but I still had about 30 pages left when I got home last night, and I decided to wait until the morning to read it and then tell you guys what I am thinking about it. So I have finally finished the book. I finished the book this afternoon. It was a pretty short read. There's only like 300 and some pages, 303. And I have to say that I think I like this one even more than Not Your Sidekick. I'm also really excited because I think the next book is going to follow Emma, because it's called Not Your Backup, I think. Let's see. Yeah, Not Your Backup. And Emma doesn't really have powers, but at some point in this book they say that she's like a level 5 threat. And her and Belle's are kind of working out like a relationship, whether or not like a relationship's in the cards for them. And I'm really excited because there's also talk of her being more like asexual and not really, you know, feeling that kind of way about people. And then like how her and Belle's can kind of make the relationship work. And I'm really excited. There's actually one point in the book where everybody is introducing each other by their pronouns, you know, like he, she, they, them, that kind of thing. And I really liked that, as well as obviously Bells is transgender. Emma has 2 moms. I mean, there is like a lot of just like cookie cutter, like straight families in this book, but there's also like a ton of representation and it doesn't feel forced to me. And I read something on the internet that said, why is it when authors want to write any kind of representation and they have to make everybody like some sort of representation? And honestly, like, who cares? Like, because I feel like we get, you know, really dumb books about like fae and monsters and things like that, and it's nice to have a normal book with just represented characters that make sense and that do exist, and the fact that people can pick apart that kind of book but don't really see the fallacy in the other books that they read, it kind of blows my mind. Like, I think people take it a little too seriously. It's just nice to have yourself represented, and obviously there is a ton of representation across 2 books. It's not just one book with a ton of representation, it's, you know, each new book. So I'm really loving this series. I can't wait for the 3rd one. I don't know when it's going to come out and I know nothing about it, but I'm really excited. I like the way it ends. I like all of the supporting characters in this. I love the romances as well between Jess and Abby and then Emma and Bells. I just really like this book. I think that this whole series is phenomenal. It's a ton of fun to read. Like I said, it is a teen book, so it's not the hardest book to read. It's not, you know, like crazy gotta dissect everything. It's just simple and fun and enjoyable, and if you like those kinds of books, I think that you will breeze through this one. It is Monday, so I'm going to try to review this on my blog if you guys want the full review for it on kind of what I'm thinking, although I think I probably covered it all in this vlog. But I will have to say that I think I'm going to give this book 4 out of 5. It looked like 4.5, but I can't quite give it 5 points. There's a couple of things that bugged me about this, and I'll go through that in my review later on my, well, I'm sure I covered it in here, the few things that I didn't like. I don't like that it's so predictable. That's always something that kind of holds me back with the series. But like I said, that's like half a point that I could take off of something that I didn't like, was that it's really predictable. Everything else I absolutely loved. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I am not sure what I'm going to read next, but obviously I will keep you guys updated. Like I said, these vlogs are going to go up as extras. I think this Monday, today, is going to be the only day that it's going up as just like its own video. Other than that, I'm just going to be uploading them as I finish books and I have time to edit and upload them. But I hope you guys like this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!